Hello, I'm Tony Thompson, and this is my Southern Pacific Santa Rosalia branch. So welcome to an operating session. This railroad is set in 1953 on the coast of California, south of San Luis Obispo, and this branch line that you see here on the layout connects to the main line in a town called Shumala. The purpose of this layout is to do Southern Pacific freight operations as they were in this period. So I've used prototypical waybills and a lot of carefully modeled freight cars to reflect 1953. The branch is mythical. There is no such SP branch, but it runs from the junction of the main line at Shumala through a town called Ballard out to the coast at the mouth of the Santa Maria River at a place I call Santa Rosalia. So that's what the operations comprise. In this video, we'll follow the operation of the Santa Rosalia local as it serves industries on the branch. We'll see it working in Ballard and Santa Rosalia. And after that, we'll show over at the mainline junction at Shumala, the switching that takes place there, and mainline trains going past the junction. To know which cars are to be picked up at the various towns, there's a small wooden box that contains the various waybills. The station agent, if not on duty, may also leave a message for the crew as to any cars that need to be spotted at specific loading docks and whatnot. The train crew already knows what cars they'll be dropping off. Typically, an ops session starts with the branch line local at Ballard and the Shumala crew selecting an engine from the house. Let's follow the local as it works Ballard and Santa Rosalia before returning to Shumala. At Ballard, we'll start by spotting our Santa Rosalia cars in the outfit track for now. Next, we'll spot the loaded coal gun at Jupiter Pump and Compressor and pull the empty gun there. Next, we'll pull the ARLX reefer from Peerless Foods and set it out on the main. This will be followed by spotting one of the PFE reefers we brought with us at door 3 of Peerless. Now we'll clear the main, run around, and couple onto our caboose for our next move. We'll be setting out the other of our PFE reefers and picking up an ART reefer for outbound shipping. We'll dig the reefer out and replace it with our drop. Since Since now is as good a time as any to start thinking about our return to Shumala, we'll place the caboose on the main and add the cars we've pulled so far to it. Next, we'll make our remaining pickups in Ballard, starting with a tank car from Standard Oil. We'll have to pull spot and respot the cars there in order to get our pull. After adding the tank car to our outbound consist, we'll pull an express reefer and an empty flat car from the team track. With these cars added to the consist and an extra boxcar respotted, we'll move on to switching Santa Rosalia. At Santa Rosalia, we'll start by pulling the outbound reefer from the Coastal Citrus Association and replacing it with the empty we brought in. Following that, we'll run around the consist and place the caboose near the end of track in preparation for the return trip to Ballard. Next, we'll pull an empty WP boxcar from the team track, add it to our consist, and set out our lumber flat on the team. We'll now reassemble our consist and return to Ballard. Upon return to Ballard, we'll leave the caboose on the main, pass the switch, run around the rest of our consist, and decouple with the caboose. With all the branch switched, the local departs for Shumala. Upon return to Shumala, the locals' power will pull down, cut off its consist, and pull into the ice track. Next, the switcher will pull the local consist down clear of the lead, tacking the caboose onto the outbound cut in the process. The switcher will now shove a cut into the house track and another to the siding because clearance is tight here. Next, the local power will head up the branch lead to yard limits, and its consist for Ballard and Santa Rosalia will be tacked onto its front coupler. With the local consist switched, the local departs Shumala for Ballard. Now we'll follow the Shumala switcher as it goes about its tasks. Firstly, we have a tank car to drop off, so we'll dig it out of the consist left on the siding. Since the tail track leading into associated oil is short, we'll leave the reefer and boxcar on the branch lead. Next, we'll run around the consist via the main and shove the tank car we'll be dropping off clear of the switch. There is a road crossing that we cannot block, so we will have to break the consist when storing cars on the siding. Having run around a second time, we'll pull the tanker into the tail track and couple to the two cars already at associated oil. We'll also be picking up the tank car already at the siding, as its waybill states that it is an outbound car. Since we will not be picking up the boxcar here, we have to do some shuffling in order to make our spot. Now that we've completed spotting the tank, we need to respot the boxcar. We'll put the outbound tank on one of the engine service leads for now. With the boxcar respotted, we pick up the tank car and run it to the main, where we will again run around via the main. Next, we'll couple to the two cars we spotted earlier on the branch and pick up an additional car from the house track that is going out as well, breaking the consist at the crossing as necessary. Next, we'll work on getting the consist for the next branch line local together. We have to dig out two cars, a tank and a boxcar from the south end of the cut on the siding. Once that's done, we'll run around again and pull the branch cars into the siding. Breaking the consist at the crossing as needed, we'll clear the house track and set out the two cars ready for pickup by the branch line local. We have one more car to dig out, so we'll simply pull the cut forward and shove the branch line bound boxcar into the house track. We have a message from the Shimola agent stating that a passenger extra is due through here shortly and that he is to set out and pick up an express reefer. That reefer set out will eventually go on to Ballard for perishable loading. We will assist in switching the extra. You want to put the tree back together? With the passenger extra out of the way, we'll turn our focus to switching East Shimola. We'll be picking up an ATSF boxcar from Caslon Printing and a reefer from Phelan and Taylor Produce.
Since our reefer is in the middle of the three, we'll have to do some shuffling in order to get it out. With our switching and east Shimala complete, we'll run around and add the 2 cars to the consist.
You can switch it whatever's convenient for you. It comes from
Next, we have to spot the reefer for icing, as well as prepare the outbound cut for the Guadalupe local. Since the express reefer that came in on the passenger is heading for Ballard and has been iced, we'll use the East Shimala cars as a handle while we pick up the reefer and add it to the branch consist. We'll then shove the branch cut down the lead and spot the reefer at the icing block. While the reefer is getting iced, we'll dig out one more car going to Santa Rosalia that is also to be iced and will pick up by the branch local. With icing complete, we'll swap the reefers and reassemble our consist. Once done, we'll move into the house track to await the arrival of the Guadalupe local. The local arrives in Shimala and cuts off its power and first car, as it will not be setting it out here, and runs past the roundhouse. From here, the switcher will pull 5 cars of the local and fill with 5 cars from the siding. We'll place the 5 cars on the house track with 1 on the lead to clear the switch. With the 5 outbound cars cut into the consist, the locals' power backs up, couples to the train, and departs. With the local out of the way, the switcher shoves the inbound cut into the siding and ties up on the house track. Well, this about concludes operations on the Santa Rosalia branch today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.